Hello children, hello everyone. In the chapter called magnetic effect of electric current, we're going to understand in that one of the important topic today, that is electric motors. So, day to day life we came across so many appliances like electric fan, washing machines, what you can see, mixers, your grinders, all the kind of things. You can see rotating element is common, right? Children? That means when you pass electricity, what will happen? They undergo some mechanical energy. That means the rotating thing. So inside the motor, what makes this energy conversion of this energy? Okay, that is a mechanism how we're going to construct so that it will convert electrical energy to the mechanical energy, that we're going to understand through this lesson. That is magnetic effect of electric current. Clear children what we're going to understand? Okay, magnetic effect of electric current we're going to understand in this class. Let us come. Yeah, this is a magnetic effect of electric, and you can see your picture, north and south poles. That the two magnets we're going to take. In between the two magnets, when we place the coil, current carrying, by using the cell, we are providing the current. Our current is passing through the conductor. What will happen when you place current carrying conductor in the magnetic field? It will experiences the force, right children? We learned in the last section. It will experiences the force. That force, how it will going to experience? No, that we're going to learn now. Okay. Okay, see what is an electric motor actually? It is a device. Yes, children. Let us see. Electric motor is a device which will convert electrical energy to mechanical energy. That we all know. When you pass electricity to your ceiling fan or table fan, what will happen, children? When you pass electricity to that fan, it will rotate electrical energy into the mechanical energy, right, children? The first electric motor was invented by the William Herschel. Okay, in 1832 he invented that, and successfully one was done in 1873. See, after 30 to 70, after 40 years, maybe he successfully done one motor actually. A machine that convert electricity into mechanical energy. That is important. It will convert electrically energy into mechanical energy or motion. Mechanical energy is nothing but the motion of a conductor. It is your circulation motion. See here, the fan is rotated to motor. When rotate, the fan will going to rotate. When, because the motor is going to give that rotating effect. That is nothing but motion of the fan done by electricity. That is what we call electric motor rule. And here, an electric motor is a type of prime motor. Okay, prime mover and a mechanical system for a mechanical system. So leave it all this, try to understand first what is electric motor. It is in a device. Okay, it is in one of the electrical appliances like that, electrical device which will convert electrical energy. Right, so it will convert electrical energy into mechanical energy or motion of what we take in a radar. So that is done by electric motor. Though what is electric motor is clear to you, I hope. The next thing, see, to understand the electric motor, that means when you place the rectangular coil inside a magnetic field, the force will be acting on this. Okay, right, children? You understood. Current carrying conductor, when we place it in a magnetic field, that time what we saw? The motion of a conductor. Suppose this is a magnetic field, north and south poles were taken, the field lines are going in this direction. When you place any coil here, what will happen, children? The coil going to move, right? It will going to move. How it will move? Based on the magnetic field and current are in perpendicular direction. Okay, magnetic field, current are perpendicular direction, and mutually the force on a conductor will going to act. So that we understand using the Fleming's left hand rule, right? In the last class also we discussed what is a Fleming's left hand rule. First we're going to take a forefinger. Okay, first we're going forefinger, middle finger and the thumb mutually perpendicular to each other like this. Here the forefinger, see that the forefinger indicates the direction of the field. The second finger, okay, or we can take the central finger. Remember like this, the central finger indicates the direction of the current. Then comes the thumb, indicates the direction of motion. Okay, thrust in the sense it is nothing but force only, children. Okay, thrust is also perpendicular force, what we call. Thumb indicates the thrust, or thumb indicates the direction of the motion of conductor. Why the motion of conductor will come? Because of force. Okay, the force act on a conductor will be upward direction. I hope this is clear, children. Remember like this, second finger, forefinger and the fourth thumb indicates thrust. The thrust means force, that is motion in a conductor. So this is about a Fleming's left hand rule. Here also we're going to apply Fleming's left hand rule to understand the working of the electric motor. See, what is the principle of electric motor? Okay, just a second, children. Yeah, what is the principle of electric motor actually? Electric motor works on the principle of, see, that the current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field, it experiences a force. See here, north and south and north pole, like the two opposite poles are there. So what happened? The field lines are moving from north to south like this, right children? The field lines are going from north to south like this. When you place any conductor, okay, see that one conductor will going to place inside a magnetic field, what happened? It will going to experiences the force. So how we provided here magnetic field? By passing the coil. So we take a rectangular coil, we place inside a magnetic field. So when you pass electricity using this battery, okay, at the cell, when you pass electricity, this coil conduct electricity, right children? Now, so because this coil conduct electricity, that means the principle that the current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field, what will happen? It will try to rotate. Okay, how it will rotate, I'll explain in working. It will try to rotate or it will experience a force. Okay, based on that force experiences, because force experiences like a couple force. One force acting upward, one force is pulling it downward. So what happens, children? About this axis, it will try to rotate and it will come to rotate like this, right? Because a couple force will going to exist between this coil when you're going to current passing conductor placed in a magnetic field. So this will going to explain in Fleming's left hand again. Okay, let us come to the parts, which are the main parts are there in the electric motor. Means armature, or we can call it a rotator, and commutator, brushes, axle, magnetic field, DC power supply of some sort. Okay, we're going to take all these parts. So how to construct all these parts, let us see. Here is the electric motor simple construction. We take a north pole and the south pole. Yes, just a second, children. Yeah, we taken here north pole and here is the south pole. That means we taken a magnetic, strong magnets we're going to take on the armature coil. Okay, armature coil means, see, this is a coil. Okay, what we taken? Armature coil of a rectangular shape. Okay, large number of turns. It will be continuing. We're seeing by one turn, but it will be containing the rectangular box number of the turns. It will made up of so many number of turns. Whichever strength we want, that many number of lines will going to conduct it is. Large number of turns, insulated copper wire wound on a iron core. Okay, in a rectangular shape, forms an armature of a coil. See in the rectangular core, this is a, you can see in a rectangular core, and that large number of what we taken, insulated copper wire we wounded. It is like looking like a rectangular. That insulated wire, the free ends will come to the two free ends that will be connected to the rings. Okay, the split rings of a commutator, what we call no, the split ring. Okay, the split ring of a commutator consists of two halves. You can see here no, R1 and R2 are the two rings of a metallic rings. They are actually the end points. Okay, the ends of the armature coil are connected to, directed to the armature coil. So this is like this. So rings is connected to the two rings we connected. Armature of the two ends is connected to the two slit rings like this. These two slit rings are, they connected like this, and these two slit rings are connected to the battery through the brushes. Okay, two brushes we taken, through the brushes it is connected to the battery. That means what? From current will coming from positive terminal passes through the brush first. Okay, let us take brushes B1 and B2. So passing through the brush first, again it will passes through split rings, and the split ring is connected to the coil, so that current will move like through the coil, again come back to B2 and split ring R2. Okay, R1 and R2, it will come back to R2, again passes to B2, and again it will come back to negative ring. So that complete circuit complete, so that it will be act like a complete circuit and current will pass, and this coil will be act like a current carrying conductor, right children? So what are the brushes? Two carbon brushes we taken, B1 and B2, are used to press the commutator. Okay, used to press the commutator. Commutator means two slit rings, what we taken, no? That we call as a two slit rings, a combination, what we call commutator. Two brushes we taken here and here, no? To press this one here and press this one here, that will be working. And a battery supplies the current to the armature coil. So battery role is to produce the current. I hope this is clear to you, right children? magnetic field we provided using north and south poles, and the coil we connected, and this rectangular coil connected with number of turns, and the free ends of that coil is connected to the slit rings. That slit rings what we call armature, and that is armature or a commutator is going to press it together, okay, by using the brushes, and that brushes are connected to the battery, so that when current is passed from positive end, okay, from positive end to brush B1 again to R2 again like this, okay, it will go like this and like this based on which direction we connected current. Right, children, construction is, I hope this is clear, right? So based on the construction, how it will going to work, let us see working of the coil. You can observe your rectangular coil when it is going half circle, the brushes not in contact with the split rings. Right, children, you can observe that when it is go complete one half of the circle, when it is come to vertical position, okay, when the just a minute. When it will come to vertical position, you can see brushes is not in contact with the coil. Okay, just I'll explain to you. Okay, see, when it is in a horizontal manner, okay, cannot explain like this, fine. You'll see here the motion of a current carrying conductor in a loop, current carrying conductor in a magnetic field, how it will work. So like this way, see children, in this way, the field lines are passing. Okay, when they say the field lines are passing each other, when the field lines are passing like this, when it is in a horizontal manner, along the direction of field lines, if you place no magnetic field will be acting on this, it is zero. When it is make some angle, suppose this field lines are going in this direction, the copper ring, what we taken now, it will make some angle, that time it will make angle between the coil and the magnetic field line. There is the angle that to that time only you can see magnetic field will be present. That means when it will be in the vertical position, complete current will move. So that means in the ends, let us take this is A, B, C, D. Okay, let us take 4 ends A, B, C, D. Now when you pass the current, okay, you will take positive or negative. When you going to pass the current, it will pass through the brush against the trin, again the coil it will go. You can observe here C, D and AB are almost parallel to the magnetic field. Because they are parallel to the magnetic field, whatever the field coming from BC and the AB, they will going to cancel out. They are not going to support for the motion. Right, children? The ends BC and AB are not support for the motion. They're going to cancel out. Magnetic field because of that going to cancel. So, and magnetic field because of the ends AB, sorry, this is AD, right? AD, sorry. Next, ends AB and the CD, they will responsible for the rotation of the coil. Clear, children? Which are the ends are responsible for the rotation of the coil means you can take, let us say this is A and B, and you can see C and D. Okay, the ends A, B and the CD are responsible for rotation of the coil. So how it will work? See, when a current is moving, when the current is coming like this positive end, right children? Current is coming, passes through brush P1, again ring 2 like this. When current is moving in this direction and magnetic field in this direction, you can apply Fleming's left hand rule. So this is a thumb, indicates the force of a conductor, right children? And this is the forefinger, okay, what the forefinger indicates? The forefinger indicates the direction of magnetic field. Rest, next the middle finger or the central finger indicates direction of current. That means take your left hand, okay children, left hand, then focus where the magnetic field is. This is the magnetic field, and the current, you can see the current is going in this direction, magnetic field in this direction. Magnetic field from north to south it is moving, and the current is coming from down to upward direction. And now see, you can see the down thumb, motion of a conductor is downward direction. Right children, in this, that is why the motion of a conductor, if we take a downward direction. Similarly, you can apply this here. See here, the way the current is moving in this direction. Here the forefinger is like this, magnetic field like this, current is coming in this downward this direction towards me, and you can see the thumb where it is going upward direction. So when the thumb is upward direction, the coil will be going upward. So let us see only coil I write, entire system just I neglect. only coil you can observe, because magnetic field is moving, current is moving in this direction here. Here current is moving in this direction, and you can see magnetic field in this direction from north to south. It is actually constant. Only current is changing. When current is moving upward direction, okay, see properly, you just observe children. This is a force, okay, going from north to south. The force is going from north to south direction. And just make it up. Okay, you can observe, I think correctly now, left hand rule. So current is, sorry, magnetic field moving from north to south direction. Current is, where current is moving, you can take the current now. The current, this is a magnetic field, this is a current direction, this finger, middle finger indicates the direction of a current, and now you can see thumb wheel pointing downward direction. So in a wire, you can take a wire, this is actually D and C. In wire D and C, because of the wire current going in D and C, it will magnetic field acting downward direction. Similarly, you can see when a current is, okay, when a current is moving backward direction, okay, you can see this finger indicates current, it is coming backward direction. The field is moving here and the thumb is finding upward direction. So field will be now upward direction because of this. Right, children? So field is going upward direction. So you can observe now it is going upward, like this is a pen. Okay, some box. Okay, imagine like I'll take a moment. It is like this. This is pulling downward force, and here this is acting upward. You can see no the rotation upwards. No, this is a rotation you're going to see. Why? Because it is pulling downwards, and this side force is pulling upwards. So because of that, you can see the rotation of the coil. Okay, the rotation of the coil we can see by using the magnetic field, and the current is passing, so that rotation of the coil we're going to observe. See, since the coil is connected to, okay, since the coil is connected to where slit rings, and the slit rings are just pressed by the brushes. So what happened, the second condition you can observe, when it will complete a half rotation, that means when the coil come to vertical position, this is important, when the coil come to vertical position, you can see, observe here, the contact between brushes, okay, the contact between the brushes and the slit rings are cancelled. That means what happened? Current is not passing into the conductor now. In the last condition, you can see current is, brushes are attached to the rings, so that current is passing into the coil. Now, brushes is not connected, right children? Brushes is not connected to the coil. So what happened when they are not connected to the slit rings? Current is not passing in the coil. So what happened? The stop current will going to change its polarity. So that time what happened, instead of it moving in a, if it is moving in a backward direction, the slit ring, it will, because of it inertia. Inertia means what, children? Inertia means energy possessed by the body, or is opposition offered by the body to continuously stop or take rest, like that. Suppose if the body is in motion, means it will try to be in motion only in same direction. Suppose body is rotating, it will be rotating only after you remove the foods also. That is what property we call as a inertia. Suppose the body is in rest, means it will try to be in a rest only. Unless you will apply food, that time it starts moving. Like that, unless we are not applied any stopping force, what happen? When the coil is in rotation, means it will try to be in rotation only. Again, it will rotate and come to this end, contact with the slit ring. That means the ring's position is going to change. Initially, you can observe here. Let us take, this is R1 and R2. Mark it. Let us take pen. I need to choose now. Okay, let us take, this is now fast R1 and R2. Now R1 and R2. When it is rotate, okay, when it will come, this will come down, right children? This will come up. Okay, which is coming up now? R1 is coming up, R2 will come down. You can observe the next thing. R1 is, yeah, R1 is coming up and R2 is down. That means your, before it is this side positive, this side negative. Now it is this side negative and this side becomes a positive. Which are the brushes connected to positive and negative? No? So the rings which are which will come in contact with opposite polarity. So that what will happen? It will make the complete rotation. Like this, the rotation not stopping. It is continuous to be rotation only. Right, children? So after this is what a working, okay, after this your electric motors. Let us see once again. When a current, okay, I'll just watch once. Okay, this when you watch how it is rotating, right? So from C to D, you can observe a green color lines. One is pulling up, one is pulling down, so that it will going to rotate. Right, children? When the forces, both the forces, green forces acting both the ends, pulling this end pulling down and that end pulling upward, so it is rotating. When it come to half rotation, the contact will going to break. Even the contact break also, because of it inertia of motion, it will be in continuous to be in the direction motion and come to contact again rotate. Okay, this is way we're going to observe rotation of the motion taking place. Okay, the principle is Fleming's left hand will be going to apply to find directions here. I hope this is clear. So working you want to read, just once you read this. Now, when a current passing through the ABCD, the arm AB and the CD experiences a force according to Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, I told you left handed when current is moving. Okay, when the magnetic force is moving from north to south, current is moving this end, okay, towards outside the paper. So magnetic field upwards, or if you reverse the direction, it will go downwards. So based on the Fleming's left hand rule, the force experienced by the arm AB is a downward direction. Okay, let us take this is arm AB. Okay, AB will be AB, CD. You can take AB will be downwards and CD will be upward. So one will pulling down and one will pulling up, so that it will going to rotate about some axis. Okay, children. CD in the upward direction, both of these forces are equal and opposite. This force rotates the coil in clockwise direction. You can see in a clockwise how it will go, clockwise direction, until the coil is vertical. When the coil come to vertical position, no, at this position, contact between commutator, that means split rings, and the brushes going to break. You can see the vertical position there when we observe, no, children. So this is a vertical position of the coil. When come to vertical position, contact between the brushes and the, this is the brushes, no, from brushes and the rings will going to break. So that time what will happen? You can observe here. Okay, the supply between this is the, so that supply of the current is cut off. If thus no force acts in the rotating coil until commutator again came in contact with the brushes B1 and the B2. Again the current starts passing through the coil and the arm AB rotate through 900,000 like this. 360 degree it will going to rotate. Now the force acting on arm AB is downwards and the CD is upwards. So again this force moves the coil in a clockwise direction. So like this continuously the coil will be in rotation. Thus the coil rotates with the help of electrical energy. So the coil DC motor constitutes the rotation of the same direction, rotation in the same direction. I hope this is clear, children, everyone. What is the working of electric motor? So now let us see some uses of electric motor. Electric motors have wide variety of uses. You can see lot of uses they have found in the cars, clocks and all, drillers, fans, drillers, you can see a rotating thing, fans, fridges, hair dryers, toothbrushes and vacuum cleaners, all the places you can see this, and warm pumps. Okay, in case of warm pumps, machines, hard disk, CD drivers, electrical vehicles and industrial equipment including executors and Flipkart trucks, lunches, meals. So we can see a lot of advantages of this electric motor. Wherever you see the part of rotating thing, in all case of rotating things, no, the motor must present. I hope this is clear, children. Okay, thank you all.